As we get closer to the 2027 general elections and the heat gets hotter by the day, I think it is high time Nigerians come together. And I think, I know there's been a coalition, but from all indication, we all know that that coalition, with a set of people we have spearheading that coalition, who we know will want are interested in the seat of the presidency, we know that coalition is heading nowhere. It's only going to help President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to win effortlessly, you know. And if I think, like somebody said, the first thing that we should resolve is the idea of just wanting to vote out President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We should be more concerned about who takes it up from him. We should be more concerned, not just about voting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu out. And the truth is, it's not it's not it's not going to be a tough thing to do. All we need is our votes. We will vote him out. But the question is, who is coming over? Who is going to take over? Who are we going to entrust, the radar of our nation to, the helm of our nation to, who will now do it in such a way that we will not regret, sending or voting out President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027 like we did in the days of Jonathan Goodluck Jebele Jonathan. And that brings me to this call. It's a clarion call to Nigerians that we should please join our voice together to beg Atiku Abubakar, because from the coalition, I think that's one major contender. Apart from Peter Obi, whom, believe you me, more than 80% of Nigerians want that man. There is no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Apart from Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar is a major contender. It is obvious that his ambitions are still being fired up. He's still, interested. But the question is, sir, is Atiku interested in just being president? Or he really wants to help Nigerians? Come to think of the fact that he's been a vice president before, even though we know that in Nigeria, the system here does not always give room for, so much to be done by the vice president. Usually in our country, we don't usually hear about the vice president doing quite a lot of things, except, the president goes out and then he hands over power to him for just 1 week or two. Remember the days of our former president of blessed memories who just passed on, late Muhammad Buhari, who then maybe for 1 week or two we hand over power to Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who was then the vice president. But then he will be back in another 2 weeks, 1 week or 2 weeks, when a lot of things will now be upturned again and things will get back to status quo. And so it's a clarion call that I am making to all Nigerians to please let us join voice together. And so the clarion call is to Nigerians to help or join voice together to beg Atiku Abubakar to step down for Peter Obi. Let's beg him. We need Nigeria to work. And believe you me, I'm also saying, not saying that Peter Obi is, the best. But you see, we need somebody who has a heart for the people and who has shown it beyond reasonable doubt. You cannot push aside the effect of Peter Obi in the 2023 general election. We saw all the shenanigans that played out. But let's leave that alone. That is in the past. We are now looking at the future. I think it's easy to prevent something than for it to happen, and we are now trying to, look for a way to cure it. By so doing, we are losing time, and things could be getting worse than things are now. Somebody was making reference to what, late Buhari said about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that Bola was very courageous to have removed fuel subsidy. You know, to now even imagine that the man was thinking about Nigerians, that he didn't want to plunge Nigerians into poverty, abject poverty, which is what we're experiencing today. Because I don't see how what honor it is that is in, plunging everybody into abject poverty as a result of a policy that, just like, they say that is a long-term thing. What long-term policy are we talking about here? The money that was said to be saved, that they said they are saving, can we see the effects today? About 4 trillion being saved from fuel subsidy. Yet some people say that fuel subsidy is still being paid, little by little and all of that. But how much do we buy fuel today? We know how much we were buying it when late President Muhammadu Buhari was there. But that is not even the point. We are looking at the future. We can edit a future. And that is what I want us to do. Let us have a clarion call to Atiku Abubakar. Let's put it on all social media. Let's beg this man. Please. We're not begging you because you have become a god in the politics of Nigeria. No, that's not the case. We are begging you for the sake of Nigerians, which we believe should have been or should be the reason why you actually want to be president. But if you run this time, you would have run for presidency for 7 times and you didn't win. You can't compare yourself with late President Buhari and say, oh, you tried to this time, second time, third time, and then. No, you can't compare yourself with him. You have spent so much of your money has gone, so much resources gone, and this one will also gulp so much from you. I hope you are not trying to turn yourself into what Yorubas call use your own hands to splash or waste your own resources. That is what it will end up being if at the end of the day you still don't become what you will be. But because the truth of the matter is that you will not win if you actually. What will only have happened is that you will only have ended up splitting votes, because if you get a ticket, Peter Obi will not stay there. Peter Obi will have to leave. And once Peter Obi leaves, that means we will split votes again. And once votes are split again, then eventually Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has the chances of him winning that election becomes very, very high. Why don't we just join forces together and help Peter Obi to win this election? And then that way, because the moment we have you on our side with Peter Obi at the end of affairs, we are sure to have a better Nigeria. We need somebody who can get things to work. We don't want anybody who is just ambitious. We need somebody who is a worker, who will walk the talk and who will talk the walk. So it's my clarion call to us all. The bottom line is, let's join force together and help him. Let's help Peter Obi to become. And it's not an issue of when you become. Just become. That's what matters. So I'm just calling on all Nigerians. It's a clarion call. Let us beg Atiku to step down for Peter Obi. That's my clarion call. Thank you very much for watching. This is Serious Matters here at 20 TV. My name is Kenneth. Bye-bye.